I'm Kim Krupa, Tanner's mom. His laugh was unforgettable, and when he came into a room, you knew he was there. He was just the life of any room, any party, anything. I was born here in Edmonton, yeah, August 14th, 1998, 8:39 a.m. He was working here in Edmonton, and he got a call that they needed somebody in Surrey to drive the rig around and to put fiber optics in the neighborhoods in Surrey. So he went, he did one hitch, came home, and then was 3 days into his second. And I started texting about 10 a.m. in the morning, and nothing, and his dad said, don't worry about it, he's probably sleeping. I don't know, I just had a feeling something, because he would always answer my texts. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, the RCMP were at the door and gave us the news that he was a victim of homicide. And I need to know what happened that night and why. Why would somebody take his life? Trying to find happiness without him. Our life is divided. Did that happen before Tanner passed away or after Tanner passed away? And that's usually what our life is like, is before or after. And, just trying to survive every day and trying to put on your happy face and trying to get through the day and find joy. And then I feel sometimes you do have some happy moments, but then you feel bad because he's not here. And it's a journey. And our family's just not the same without his smiling face and without him telling jokes, and him and his dad would go skidooing all the time, and just it's a whole. It's just nothing will ever fill it. Nothing. And it's not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to bury a child. He's supposed to be burying me, not me burying him. And it's something you can never in your whole life imagine, that you would be burying a 19-year-old child. Never. And I need to know what happened that night and why. Why would somebody take his life? Please do the right thing. Please come forward. Please call EIEH. Please just give our family some closure as to what happened. And Tanner has 2 sisters. We've got 2 grandsons. His best friend still is not in a good place. His friends grieve. Just please come forward and call EIEH and let them just talk to them. Anything. Even if you don't even think it's something big, something small, just if you have any knowledge of that night, please come forward. Do the right thing. Give us some answers. We don't know what happened to Tanner that night. We don't have any idea. He, was found, passed away, and we have not one idea what happened to our boy. And it's 6 years. And we really want to know what happened to him. And for somebody that knows something to please come forward and give us those answers. The first 2 years were just pure shock. I don't even think we realized, we just waited for him to come through the front door. And then I feel like every day is closer to being with him. I just want to carry Tanner's legacy on and do good and try and love and try and be compassionate and try and give back. We've started a charity that every year we go down to the less fortunate in Edmonton, and we hand out, it's called Tanner's Totes, and we put toiletries, blankets, hats, mitts, anything that they might need throughout the year, and give them to the less fortunate. But then on his birthday, we all get together and we go out to some friends' property, and we just celebrate Tanner all weekend. We have drinks for him, we have games, we have talks about him. Everybody talks. We let balloons go, we let lanterns go, we've let butterflies, released butterflies. We've done a lot, and it's no less than 100 people every year. His friends still come every year.